There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. 45 people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving the fear and the promise of death. The welcome and life without fear.
I lyrical
Master.
Play body so make you I can't Sktv benyo. Say my journey tina get I say my jamo. And you no money emu aye yo. And you love emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I sadia ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. 45 people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Penku, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backbaloo, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, it is the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa. Sktv, we are the best around the world, folks. Good evening. Good evening, people. Good evening to all of you. Those of you maybe joining us after the new year, maybe after the festival season. I want to say Happy New Year. Compliment of the season to all of you. Indeed, thank you so much for always being there with us, always supporting us, and always wishing us all of the best. Even if you criticize us, that's the best. Let me be frank. I like that for me. I like criticism. It makes all of us, to do better. But the issue of fighting, issue of insults, no, I don't want some of all will not let. But anyway, good evening. Let's share the show, people. Those of you, yes, indeed, if you're just joining us, good evening. And today the 10th, wow, the month of the first month in the year 2026, January is very running with speed. Today is the 10th, today marks the 3 in January. So, people, let's share the show. I'm doing everything now to share the link around today. The show will be interesting because why? We will be talking about so many things happening around the world, most of the international news, and Monk and that of Brother Ali, they will be here with us this evening. You too, you will have your own say also on what of the happening. Where are we? Some of you people texting me back to button this issue of Venezuela, what happening there, their president. People just testing. By the way, we let's share the show first. We will go more into that. And yeah, we'll go more into that. The National County Sport Meet also is ongoing. And yes, from our indication, Nima County is beating Bon County. Now as we speak, it's 3-0 in favor of I think the game already finished by this time, yes. Nima County. Some will say maybe say the whip or the beat. And the There are so many jargons that we use sometimes when it comes to this kind of game, the way we describe these games. So yeah, so Nima County, yeah, they play in the first the football match. Mind you, they are already into the football match. Is Nima and then Bon, and Nima County beating Bon County that way. You know, people are always asking why Bon County always coming, and at the end of the day, they don't even go anywhere. They always stopping to the quarterfinal and so forth. You know, and I think Bon County you got to do better. Yeah, the people from Bon County you got to do better because it's not a good thing. And you always be, you know, you always qualifying, but by the time you reach to the quarterfinal, then they beat you, they put you out. I think that's a bad thing. But people share the show. Happy New Year to those of you who just joining us for the first time. I'm sharing the link around. Mom will soon be here with us, but Ali will also join us. Mr. Dollar will also be here with us. Oh, let me see what happened again this new year. Let me see. But again, yes, help us. Yeah, you know, he said today, Saturday, I was somewhat around, yeah, also kind of my wedding activities on today. I got to make my way through, even though the traffic, yeah, somewhat around in sync up there is not easy because of the overhead bridge. You know, the building of the overhead bridge. So there are a lot of traffic between the is the Congo town, yes, between the Oru Junction there, right to Nigeria House, all the way going to to the Unity Party. Is that the Unity Party headquarters or passing by? Yes, I think someone around there. Yes. So right around the Unity Party headquarters, there where you see the traffic because of the whole the overhead bridge. That's the reason why the traffic is like that. So those of you who in maybe some of the vehicles and you're following us, let me give you some of the update. The reason why you are sitting in that traffic, maybe you are a bit confused. Why you are sitting in traffic is because of the construction work that is ongoing for the overhead bridge. You know, the Chinese people, they decided to give us a free, you know, yeah. Yeah, so that gift or that project is free from the Chinese people. That's their own way of giving back to the Liberian people. So we are grateful. We're grateful. The only thing is that we don't know where our money going. We don't know where our government official where they put in our own money. Because if Melbourne is working, for example, what I'm saying about happening to Melbourne is working, but right Melbourne is supposed to take care of his children or take care of his family, send his children or send his child to school. Then Melbourne not doing all of these things. Melbourne waiting for aid. Melbourne waiting for people to come and help him to send his children to school or to help maybe his family. Then something wrong somewhere. Let's be frank. That means something wrong. But we are grateful. Share the show, people. Yeah, Jim David. My brother, good evening. You mutual started Mesa. Thanks to all of you, man, for watching. Please help us share the show. Robert Facility Jacqueline, thank you, my brother. Today is Saturday, indeed. Beautiful Saturday evening in Liberia, even though this issue of Donald Trump and that what happened in Venezuela and, you know, is catching the entire world attention. People have their say, people have their disagreements. People have their own input, and that's the beauty of life. For me, I want to like everybody have their say, but at the end of the day, let the right thing be done. Someone was texting me, you know, people been texting me, maybe call Donald Trump to come. Look, they go to interesting. Look, nobody will put some of us in the situation. Let me tell some of you. If the mayor is waiting for the call Donald Trump to come and capture people, I waste of time. I will not do that one. So if somebody, you know, they got, oh, maybe the speaker wasting our time saying that one reason, people Donald Trump to come and capture. No, I'm not going to do that. Please don't put me in that one. It's not my business. The speaker like him, and I even reason my business. Why is it? You telling me to call Donald Trump to come and capture? Donald Trump enjoy capturing people. Let me tell some of you. So Donald Trump can capture people who feel that, yeah, Robert, my brother, yeah, brother, yeah. But I had a family, my good friend and brother, Robert, you know, is very good friend of mine. Yes, there are a lot of people, you know, some of us, yeah, in fact, we are grateful. So, Robert, the story, oh, no, but I don't know, you're not true. On a very serious note, I don't know whether it's free, but as far as we are concerned, they're always saying the gift, yeah, all free gift, you know. But I know they're trying to build what they call what you may call them. They're trying to build a relationship. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, they're trying to build a relationship. So always you hear them talking about giving some things, giving this and give. But this time when you're building Allah, let me tell those of you, when people go, myself, I'm thinking how to build my Allah. And I want to build no any kind of Allah on the day that will not be able to protect me. Yeah, I'm very serious. Let me be frank. Says Yumuchu Asadu. My sister also, yeah, Corita Wallo. Let me tell all of you, I won't build my Allah. But any kind of Allah that will not be able to protect me, maybe, even if I'm sleeping. There's no need to waste my time. No need. But again, Google evening, interesting. Good evening. So I was Speaker of the Republic of Liberia. Those of you who are requesting, who's sending me messages, you're wasting your time. I don't have no jurisdiction. I don't have no connection with Donald Trump. I don't know nothing about Donald Trump for you to tell me, say, maybe, oh, call Donald Trump so Donald Trump can come and so you know, yeah, but that's just to show people. But Mark will soon join us, you know, on a very serious note. Mark will soon join us. That's just the show. But people keep testing me today back to back. Maybe Mark will beg you, please call Donald Trump to come and capture some people. Who will get here now? Who will wait for Donald Trump to come here again and get captured? Look, life is indeed interesting. For me, that's one of the reasons why I'm supporting Donald Trump. Some of you are angry. Hey, man, what you see beyond Donald Trump? Hey, don't let Donald Trump can even capture the politicians, the wicked one. Yes, Monk is here already. Let me bring more on. Good. My brother is here already. Monk, good evening, my brother, and Happy New Year. My brother, send last year, though, Monk.
Yeah, send last year, my man. This is the first edition of the Sktv for me in the new year. And today is the 3rd of the month. It's great to be alive. I'm just enjoying all the global events. And when you see things happening around the globe, the idea is it might not affect you in the short term, but it's sending you a message in the long term, geopolitically. You got to understand what is happening around the world before you can understand what is happening back home. And 3 countries caught my attention before the breaking news today. It was Ghana. Ghana did something remarkable we have never seen on the continent of Africa. And we got a little short video we play. Then we've seen something that happened in Iran. Iran is also another country on the brink. We saw people protesting against this Alatoria because the religious council took over in Iran since 1979. And then before the Maduro. We'll talk about the Maduro issue because it's a long thing. It never started with him. That's why I tell people you got to study 2 courses in life. Study history to know where you are coming from, where you are going, and study philosophy. Philosophy is like a roadmap that you use to make decisions in life. It's like a check. Just like somebody gave you a laundry list of things to check before you can make a decision. Based on what you believe. That's why they call it philosophy. If I believe in life over death, in any situation, whether it's about a relationship, whether it's about politics, philosophy will give you a cheat sheet that you will use to make any, because throughout our life, we keep making decisions that will die. From the food we eat to the school our children go to, the woman we keep making decisions every second of the day. You are making decisions, and in order to guide your decision-making process, you need a firm philosophy that will guide your decision. So, I don't know. I turn it over to you, but I'm still observing a lot of things happening, and we are here to cover ground today on Sktv Saturday weekend. Yeah, and I don't know, in the social circle, I saw our sister. I don't want to call name, but the same sister again. We saw her crying. We said these things. We will keep saying it. We are now misogynistic. We have nothing against women. Matter of fact, we want to protect our sister.
In that, and that's the point. 100%.
For me, I believe our older sister, every time our generation change, you learn a lot. The people that are in their 40s to their mid-50s, I'm not saying they cannot make mistakes for women, but most of them, because the way how they were grown and the kind of for parental orientation they receive, you won't see them on the social media today as compared to this Generation Z, this crazy generation, this bot and yash generation, because that's all they bring to the table, bot and yash. I mean, tete and yash, right? The front and back, yeah. Other than that, they were never trained to be wives, so they will have a very hard problem navigating going to the future. But if you're above the age of 45 or going to 50s or early 50s, I would say, man, your parents did well. And thank God for the generation in which you were born. That's all I can say. Because it's crazy out there right now.
Great. Thank you, Mark. Even though we'll come back to you because you got to tell us about your own experience in the past year, 2025. But welcome, Brother Ali. Then we'll go back to you, Mark, and tell us exactly how was it like in 2025 before entering to 2026, at least just a short experience. Then we'll move on with our discussion on today. But Brother Ali, good evening and welcome. What's the evening, Deborah? How you doing?
Good afternoon from my end, Mayborn. Happy New Year, Mom. Welcome. Good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. Glad to be here this afternoon. How's Mama Labira?
Well, thank you, my brother. Mama Labira is great. Apart from the news coming from around the world, yeah, we are wonderful. This weekend is the first weekend in the year 2025. Sorry, 2026, and the first month. So yes, indeed. So we are good. Mama Liberia is good. The weather condition here is wonderful, and we are moving very strong. So thank you, my brother. So far, so good. These are some of the happening back home. Not too much. Politically, yes. Liberia is politically charged. Everybody waiting now. Maybe hopefully next week to be able to move freely because this week is also part of the festive season, especially the New Year. So yeah, so all of the politicians, the government, everybody, apart from the counties put me that is ongoing, we're also getting report that Nimba County, again between Nimba County and that Bon, Nimba County is leading Bon County 3-0. So far so good. That's the only information that I got from that entire event. So yeah, but so good to go.
Okay, thank you, Dad. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, good. So Mark, let's go back to you. How was it like in 2025? What are some of the things that you can still recall? Then we'll go back to our international, those three topics or three talking points that you're talking about today. These are things I want to be chipping in with, that our people also understand some of the happening around the world. We don't want to be discussing like you and sometimes they don't understand or maybe some of the things that are happening also, maybe getting us to where we are today as a country, and the reason why our position keep saying, every time by time America wants to do something, they say, the people coming for a resource, they won't take your
that forever. But the resource thing that country they can't do nothing.
Brother.
What are you talking about personally, or are you talking about the political scene? You mean like 2025?
Yes, the entire year, maybe there are a few things that maybe that you pass through with. That's all. Nothing much. We don't want to.
No, 2025 was a great year. I would say, mixed result. I would say, for me personally, transitioning from the hospital. You know how long I spent in the hospital? I spent 8 months in the hospital, my little picking. Successful surgery and life, trying to reposition myself to start my regular hustle. So it's been a little bit tough, but I believe we got some level of consistency that we are not there, we are home. I mean, he recovered fully, back in school, doing everything. I think I posted some pictures yesterday of him, right? I think if I'm missing on the highlight. But other than that, I think, my man, once you are alive, I say it's still a great thing, no matter your personal situation. Because when life is not going good, it only means it's not happening for you at the moment. Well, the whole can say, things are tough. When you hear him saying things are tough, it just means that things at that moment is not working for him. It means that it won't work again. But over time, things can get better. We make adjustments. But the most important thing, once you are alive, it means you still have a fighting chance in life. That's one thing that I learned. And you got to appreciate and use your time wisely every day. You don't need, because you will chase money all you want, but at the end of the day, you will understand that health is more important in certain instances than money. Money will carry you a long way. It gives you leverage. You can do a lot of things with money because it gets a resources and a tool or resource. But at the end of the day, maybe if you are not healthy, then the money becomes worthless. No matter
Yes.
your career fee or how much you got in the bank account. Because if you are rich and they are feeding you through a tube, you can't even get a taste of the food. Some people on liquid diet. I'm picking up on liquid diet. It means you to sit back and you will reflect and see life from a different angle. And the one thing I learned from people who work in health services or nurses, doctors, they go through a lot of emotional trauma. I learned that at the hospital. I saw a nurse that broke down before me and cried like a baby because the kid she was taking care of for almost 3 months. She came to work on her shift and she learned that kid died. That woman cried like a baby. I was like, wow. So this is why these people go through every day of the week taking care of
Yes.
other folks. I never saw that in my entire life. It made me like I just have the ultimate respect for people that work in the health services and the kind of services that they provide to everyday people. Because maybe I'm thinking about a 5-year-old or 6-year-old kid, and you are the one that work with him every day. You come, you play with him, you give his medication, trying to make sure that he's better. And one day you came to work early morning, and they told you that his body was taken to the mortuary. How you react to that? And that's what will be your work shift. You're supposed to go back to work again and work the other day. Think about that kind of a emotional roller coaster. So it was something I learned. So I get appreciate life, my brother. I won't say it was a bad year. It was not a year that I envisioned, but trust me, life is about adaptability. You have to be willing to adapt. When the good come, you take it. When the bad won't come, you take it in stride. That's just how I see life. So it made me a stronger person today. My experience.
Thank you, my brother. I think you knew it for all of our health workers. That's why when I see people insulting them, talking to them, especially our health workers back home here in Liberia, when I see people insulting them, talking to them, and how they want to, you don't even know what the people do out there, what they are going through, and that's just the fun mark. Most of these people they make little or nothing. Most of these people they are also doing voluntary work, but at the end of the day, they will want to sacrifice, put all of their time, their energy in making sure that somebody, have life. But again, that's a society, my brother. So yes, indeed, that's our emotional story. Thank you. But let's move back to our discussion today. More today, maybe we'll just check on a little thing about Liberia. But so far, I think everything is just about the international news. And
Oh yeah.
most of our people, Mark, they watch the BBC, they watch the CNN, they listen to all of the international news, they see this thing, but sometimes they think also, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And we all we part of the one world. Some people say, oh, maybe why you don't want to be discussing the international news? Yes, sometimes it's because we want to give you more information about our country than just outside there. But the way things are going back to back, I think now we got to come up a little bit, maybe find a little time and discuss what is happening. So, Mark, today, like you just said, we'll be discussing the happening from the IMF and that of Ghana, and the latest with the
Maduro,
Venezuela
Venezuela.
president. Yes, because this is trending and this is interesting. And at the end of the day, myself, we have been seriously people been coming after. Oh, maybe the American people they don't want to take the people, or they don't want to do this. So,
They always.
yeah.
But I mean, what you want to say about 2025, then we can get in the discussion. I mean, if you got something to say, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mom, like you said, first of all, we have to give God the glory for life. Yes, we went through 2025 till we are now to 2026. We are grateful to God to be among the living. There are other people, like my friend, 2026, on New Year Day, while he went cook, carrying food for father-in-law, he was gone. So we are grateful to God. Just that the 2026 started good with me. Everything was going cool. And like in August, I sustained injuries at my job, my full-time job, which took me out of job since August of 2025. And today is my first day to resume work, January 10th of 2026. I have been out of job, just been home, going through physical therapy, other treatment and other things, where I nearly undergo brain surgery and all. But thanks be to God, God saved me from that. and I'm grateful to God. And also, it brought so many stuff, but like my nephew to go to college, there were no way because I'm no more working, and other people who had help school fee, people who on scholarship that I take care of, and everybody was stuck. But first of all, I'm grateful to God for life, and even though I'm not going to be on full-time job till after 2 years, but in as much as I have resumed something like on the part-time, I'm grateful to God for life back on my feet, and we look forward to see a successful 2026 again. So all in all, we are grateful to God. Thank you.
Yes, Mark. So there you have it. I think let's move in into our discussion with. Should we start with the happening in Ghana more? You talk about the Ghanaian also saying bye bye now to IMF.
Uh,
That's just really interesting, though.
yeah,
Uh,
go ahead. We will do the Ghana model because we come to Liberia. Let's just cover all the whole international stuff, with the Venezuela stuff, and then we'll come to Ghana.
okay.
You know, I just want to get the audience a rundown because when things that they happen, people can just be reactive. Is it breaking news? We live in the social media generation, but this thing dated back to 2007 on the leadership of Hugo Chavez, the former president of Venezuela. Venezuela was one of the wealthiest countries in Latin America because it sit on more than 300 billion oil reserve. But there's one problem in Venezuela, in as much as they do have the largest oil reserve. Their oil reserve is bigger than even Saudi Arabia. They have one major challenge, and that is to drill the oil because their oil is like a moth, it's stuck on the ground. So to drill oil in Venezuela, even though they get the largest reserve, it's more expensive than the sale of the oil itself, right? And international companies like ExxonMobil, ConocoPhillips, British Petroleum, or how they call the other group, Chevron, they invested a lot of money in Venezuela to do oil drilling because the oil system that they were using, the tanks that were installed during the Soviet time, they all collapsed. So in Venezuela, every day the oil price, it would just rupture and just burst. So these companies went and invested billions of dollars to be able to drill the son of Hugo Chavez, right? When Hugo Chavez died, that's how Maduro came. Nicolas Maduro. That's how he came into power. 2013, he became president. When he became president, he came with this radical idea to transform Venezuela. You know what he did first? He came out with the idea that he wanted to nationalize the state resources. So rather than going to all those companies that were operating in Venezuela legally, that were drilling their oil and selling their oil, because the one mistake Venezuela had, their economy is not diversified. They only depend on oil. That's why you see countries can diversify their resources so that when one thing goes down, maybe there is a crisis in the world where the price of oil decline, you got other industry, agriculture, technology, or services, how they call this, manufacturing. You got to diversify your economy so that when one is experiencing a problem, you can diverse. That's why you see people like Dubai and Saudi Arabia, they are into tourism and they're building all the infrastructure so people can go there and spend money, not only selling oil. So the moment the guy became president, his first idea was to seize companies' assets in the name of nationalizing the state resources. So he revoked the permit of all the oil companies. Like I said, ConocoPhillips, British Petroleum, Chevron, ExxonMobil, all of them, he seized their permit and seized their oil wells and their oil field. So these companies, they came to the international court, especially the Southern District Court of New York and other international court, and filed a complaint. So Nicolas Maduro government was found culpable of committing a crime. When you want to nationalize your state resources, these companies already signed contract. They are legally banned. It's almost like you're president for Liberia and just go to Firestone and say, I'm closing you down today. I see you would never do better. No, Firestone have invested heavily in Liberia. You can renegotiate a contract and find a way to pay them some money. You don't just go and shut their business because you're a military dictator. So the international court said he was liable of $35 billion that the Venezuela government should pay back. And in their state of refusing to pay back, the U.S. was going to confiscate to pay up for the money that was taken from them and their instruction and their drilling permit. So the U.S. came up with sanction. You won't be able to sell your oil until you can pay our money. Any oil vessel you put on the sea, we will seize it. So that's what happened. When it happened, when the U.S. sanction came, the Venezuela economy went down the drain. The currency and everything collapsed. Don't forget Maduro. He was only a caretaker leader because the people had to go back to democracy. The same thing that happened in Liberia, right? He ended up losing 2 elections. You know what he did? He rigged those elections. The most recent one was the one 2024, where he ran against this guy. I forgot his name. This particular guy they call him Edmundo Gonzalez. They beat him by double digit. You know what he did? He seized all the voting machine and imposed himself as president for Venezuela. That's where the problem came from. So when he couldn't get money from oil, you know what he decided to do? He went into narco-terrorism. He figured that was a smarter way to make money by bringing this illegal drug boat, because Colombia produces more drugs than any country in the world, but they are much farther from America, right? When you come to Cuba and Venezuela, they are at the southern tip of Florida. They are closest. So he thought he could do business, and he started doing business with Russia and China. That's why we take the other side when it comes to Ukraine. There is a doctrine in America they call the Monroe Doctrine. You can go and do your research on that. Mr. Cannon, welcome to the show. Well, let me just close on this particular topic. The Monroe Doctrine said no international power can play in America's backyard. That is, you want to do business with us, but when you cannot do military installation. So China and Russia, those were the countries he was seeking to get support from, because he had U.S. sanctions. And the U.S. sanctions were placed since the day of Barack Obama. So from Barack Obama to the first Trump administration, when he came in, especially when he wrecked this last election, you know, he created the biggest refugee humanitarian crisis. There are more than 9 million Venezuelans. They live in Brazil. They are in Colombia. We got almost 300,000 that came in that will get temporary protection status to right now in America as we speak. I think you can see the jubilation in the street because there's going election. He lost by a bigger margin, but guess what he did? Like every dictator would do, he imposed himself. And now you want to go to Russia and China. That's how the Trump administration came and said, no, bro, you understand the Monroe Doctrine. No, China and Russia. The same thing that brought almost the Cuban Missile Crisis on Fidel Castro. Russia cannot be sitting right on our doorstep. It's the same old thing. So you either or you either give our permit to do business, or you can settle these giant oil companies that license you revoke and illegally seize their oil field. It was the only problem Maduro caused. The moment he seized those people license, because these companies invested billions and billions of dollars. You don't just come and use military power and just seize all their assets, close their oil wells. No, that's where the problem came from. So he been on this self-destruct mission. It just happened to end today. And he was given an option, like the Trump administration said, my man, you have caused so many trouble. The people are against you. The people now voted for you on 3 occasions. Why not? You cannot just walk out. But guess what he did? He told the Russians to start bringing some advanced missile system to come and install them to America. Said, no, you know, China and Russia can be ready in our backyard. That was the end of him. That's where the problem came from. It's nothing more than what that's what happened over the past decades and a half from Hugo Chavez to Maduro. Chavez used to come to America, he can insult our president, we get problem with him because he didn't seize any international company license to do business, even though we didn't like him, but he was seen a bad guy. So America let him to stay there forever. But this new guy, he made all the political opposition to run away from the country. They all around the world, even Venezuelan people. So, like I said, the jubilation on the street will tell you exactly what's happening in Venezuela. Nobody got to tell you. The people are happy that he's gone.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mark. That's the first step. So people, those of you who have been following all of the training events, all of the happening around the world, there you have it. You can also do your own research. And since 2013, remember, in power, you stay in power. And Mark is right. Because what kind of I don't even understand what kind of a system they have that up to now to 2013. That one man will continue to rule and do everything that you think you want to do. But again, thank God, at least we will have all of the panelists have their own view on everything. Mr. Colin, you are joining us since last year and here with us now. So we're wishing Happy New Year first and welcoming to the platform, Mr. Colin. Good evening and welcome. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Mabel, thank you so very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, indeed, you are loud and clear, Mr. Colin.
Thank you. So I want to say thank you to you, Mabel, with all my heart. And a big thank you to Mong and my brother Aliyu Masale for what you guys have done for SKTV and for Liberia. Melbourne, we cannot thank you enough, truly speaking. And I want to say Happy New Year to Liberia, to the Liberian people in Liberia and abroad. I think this was a remarkable year. You know, when you see yourself alive, you can breathe in and out, you look healthy. I just gave like 40 push-ups before I came here. So that means, you know, I should be thankful to God for good health. You know, maybe I'm very much excited to see myself into the new year. And I'm even overly excited to see the SKTV going as it has been. You know, there were a lot of other platforms that came, that met us, and they disappeared. We met a lot of platforms there. They no longer exist. And at least we do not have the millions of dollars that other people have to maintain their platform. It is true resilience, it is true commitment, it is true patriotism that we have maintained this platform. And a big chunk of that, Melbourne, goes to you. You are a patriot. You are a true Liberian. We really, really appreciate what you do. Some people think we are giving you millions of dollars, and that's not the case. You are doing this pro bono. If we have 1 or 2 cents to share with you, we do, like everybody else we do here in the United States. But you're not getting anything that really warrant the level of commitment that you have given to this platform. So I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to my brother, Masale, who from time to time come to help you out. And Mom, you are the man.
Oh, yeah.
I can, say thank you enough to our people, our followers, our well-wishers, our friends. It has been a very good year for us because we are moving very, very strong. And many of the things we promise will come to pass in terms of expanding our reach. This 2026 seems very promising. We hope to deliver as a media platform. And we maintain our integrity, rain or shine, regardless of how many people listen to us, how many people come and tune in. We don't worry about that. Our integrity is what been carrying us up to today. So I want to say thank you. I want to say Happy New Year to all our people. Happy New Year to you guys. And I'm very much excited to be here, as always. I will be here more moving forward than it has been. We had a lot of challenges going on. They stay ongoing. But those are not bad challenges. Some of these are personal, some are political, and some are job related. So to multitask, to divide yourself into 3 or 4,
Yeah, it can be tough, man.
it's not easy. Yeah, at the same time, meet up with life challenges and other requirements is tough. So, but yeah, we are here, and we wouldn't have been here without the sacrifices you guys have made over the years. To speak a little bit about what I listened to, my brother Mom was saying, everybody, knows that I am not a big fan of Donald Trump. I'm not a subscriber to Republican ideology. And I don't even like Donald Trump's way of talking. He's very reckless. But one thing I do know, and I respect him for that, Donald Trump actually means what he says when it comes to United States taking decision or taking actions. Even Donald Trump's policies that everybody's crying about right now, they are not a surprise to me. He said everything that he's doing. People voted for him based on what he said he would do. I did not vote for him. Even if we have to vote again, I will never vote for Donald Trump. But Donald Trump should be respected. The action he just took proves that the United States remains the most powerful nation in the world. It happened in Panama with Noriega. It happened in Iraq with Saddam Hussein. And ultimately it happened in Libya with Muammar Gaddafi. Now, Maduro. I remember vividly George Bush was president. I don't know, George Bush was president. There was a United Nations General Assembly where Ahmadinejad from Iran, Hugo Chavez, they stood in New York calling George Bush, the other one called him monkey.
Satan.
The other one called him
the devil.
The other one called him Satan, the devil. Yeah. So we listened to all of that. But you know, for any country, you want to live in peace. For any leader, if you want to maintain your so-called territorial integrity or sovereignty, you better not cross the line with the United States. To go and arrest a president of a nation? I mean, what happened to the Cuban, Cuban defense? The Cuban being, protecting Hugo Chavez. I mean, this guy, Maduro. Spending millions of dollars to defend him. But United States, they didn't just go and do it. But they told you, say, we're going to do mission in this place. And then they went ahead, they did it. And they told you, say, we have your president and his wife in the ship, telling you exactly where they are. So what happened to the allies? What happened to Russia? What happened to China? What happened to Iran? So, like Donald Trump or hate him, the country he represents is what that empower him. Donald Trump by himself is just an individual like all of us. But the United States is governed by a system. They have principles that can never be broken by anybody, no matter what. They can disagree on policies, in politics, but when it comes to the interest of the United States,
one party.
That one party. Everything, all the people you seeing right now say, oh no, Democrats, no, they want here. They are just saying it. But they want to make sure their supporters will say, they say something. But they all want exactly what happened. They want to project the United States as the most powerful nation in the world, and they want the action to prove that. So what happened, like Mon said, this guy did not listen. Hopefully other leaders will look at it. Remember when the CIA helped Georgia government to inform them about drugs, trafficking.
Yep.
From South America all the way to Liberia. And then what happened? They play with it. They let go the culprits for small change. That was one of the major reasons of Georgia demise. Georgia government, I'm telling you the truth. When the CIA called Georgia to have a meeting with him, we made a report here. We're very clear. We're very clear. The CIA told George Weah, what you just did, you have somehow stepped on our toes. You either let go or we will take on you. With everything Joey had, on the line, his son being here, property here, wife being here, property in Jamaica, and he already made some money. Joey said, well, I will choose myself over everything else. I can guarantee you, any country around the world will play safe with the United States after this. People have forgotten about what happened with Noriega, Saddam Hussein, Gaddafi.
Yeah.
But now this is just
a reminder,
a wake-up call to everybody else. So I'm very proud to be in this country. I'm not proud of all of their policies, especially foreign policies. I'm not proud of Donald Trump as a human being, but I'm very proud of the United States as a country. Because if you want to be respected, you got to show strength. You got to show resilience. You got to show that you are powerful. That's exactly what the United States just did. So kudos to them. And I hope the people of Venezuela will do the right thing by electing somebody democratically. This guy forced himself onto the people and he didn't stop there. Imagine Venezuela is almost among the first 5 or 10 most richest country when it comes to oil.
Oh yeah, they got the largest oil reserve in the whole world, Sekou.
But the people are poor.
Mm-hmm.
The regular people are poor more than anybody else. They're in Liberia. We have some of the we have maybe if not the largest iron ore reserve in the world. Now we have oil in Liberia. We have Ologisi Mountain. But Liberian people still going to work, going to sleep with hunger because of bad governance. This is not just about Joseph Boakai government or Jovial government, but we have had one bad government after another. Lack of patriotism, lack of love for country, lack of feeling for your own people. We are suffering. I'm just hoping that they'll be looking at our direction to help us. I'm not saying they won't go arrest my president, but yeah, because I want to leader there. They don't care about us, so maybe they got to start looking at us. But yeah, gentlemen, I want to say thank you to all of you guys.
And Mr. Kana, I bet receiving a couple of messages on that people, in fact, the best text me, but Peter, they don't try to come and capture our speaker. I said, what kind of
But the speaker is not the president, so what they're not doing with the speaker?
Yeah, if Donald Trump was my company, you'll get me a phone call to say, oh man, I think it's time for you to go. But Sekou, you said something very profound. All the things that you said are two things that I took from your expose here, right? The US, I can tell people, it will take you a while. Maybe you will figure it later. They don't play politics on their strategic interests, and it doesn't matter who sits in the White House. That's why I keep telling people, when you watch the news here, I call it Fanti Lecture, that Mickey Boss show. When it comes to that strategic interest behind closed doors, especially when you watch congressional testimony, I ain't talking about the one that they can put on TV. When they're talking about real policy,
even C-SPAN can do
the score marking.
Yeah.
So the U.S. will look at two things in the country. If the U.S. government support a president, they got a consensus that the vast majority of the people against that president just know that you are out, even if they want the president. So, like in Liberia, if you got a consensus to say that, well, we want this government to go, there is nothing that the president can do. If he refuses, the U.S. will step in. But they got to see it from the people first, because they will always protect the people or the president. Even if the U.S. support that president, they will undermine their own policy and go the people's wish. That what happened to Maduro. Nobody voted for him. He imposed himself. He rigged 2 elections. He chased all the opposition leaders out. He seized U.S. property. He created the greatest refugee crisis in the Western Hemisphere, right in America, backyard. Then west of all, he won't do business with Russia and China right near our doorstep. They won't allow that. And
more to even add to, you conclude.
Yeah.
You know, I heard people saying Donald Trump is afraid of Putin.
No.
Donald Trump is afraid of China. The oil tank, most of the things that were coming out of this place, some of them were going to China.
They were going to China. Yeah, they were buying cheaper oil.
They were buying cheaper oil from Venezuela. And China got a huge military might.
Yeah.
But how come they did not intervene?
Nope.
How come? Okay, now, you know, more, I want to say something that you will conclude about something you said earlier concerning Ukraine. This action of the United States prove that Russia is right about what she's doing in Ukraine.
Yes.
It's bad to be killing innocent people. It's bad to be killing civilians. But Russia's looking at Ukraine as a threat. Right behind her back door. You know, as a safe haven for Russia's enemy. For Russia to not sit and allow that to happen or to continue a strategic position, taking some strategic position, it tells you that Russia
is right morally.
Right morally, in terms of, and also for security reason, their own security. Because the United States can do it, no problem. But if other people doing it, then there's a problem.
That is it.
Look at what's happening in the Middle East with this guy here, who has been in power forever, Netanyahu. He doesn't want to leave power. Most of the fight in Gaza right now, most of the fight against Palestinians is about him maintaining power. It's not about the security of the people of Israel. Because he knows very well that if you leave power at this stage, you will be prosecuted. He got a lot of crime, you know, being accused of. But guess what? As long the people of Israel continue to support him, he will be there forever. And nothing will happen to him. I don't want to add to what you say, Mom. You're 100% correct. And there's the same policy everybody carrying on. But the meft that other country then, you know, it depends on the president. Obama was the president, but Obama was a chicken. I support Obama. I voted for him. I campaigned for him. But Obama drew a red line in Syria.
In Syria.
And Russia came and provoked them.
Yep, twice.
Crossed the line.
Yep.
Guess what happened? Obama chicken out. But he tried with Donald Trump. We saw what happened in Iran. We saw what just happened in, you know, Venezuela. So it means that beside the local politics, beside the partisanship, when it comes to the United States, America really needs somebody who is strong and radical when it comes to taking decisions on dictators around the world. I just want to say that, Mom. Thank you so much for your time.
Ali, you want to go in before we can build on what Sekou said? Go ahead.
Yeah, the problem I just want to say congratulations to President Trump for what he did. And for me, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I like some of the things he's doing. I'm more interested in bringing peace in the world. Like today we see, I don't know whether we stay hearing North, Syria, Iran, this and that. And we saw quite recently what happened in Nigeria. And this dictator today, and at least people have been relieved. You can see how people are jubilating. Like you said, that America will not just come in. If they know the citizens of the country, they have said they know they are calling for rescue, they know they are suffering, that's the time they will step in because they want to make sure that everybody have a right to peace and freedom. And this is what the people of Venezuela, they are coming to get. And I believe what he said, they will take over the country and they will make sure that the people will get a better living, which of course I know that. Just like America, their foremost priority is to make sure that all American citizens get a better living so that they can be able to take care of themselves and their family. And I know the people of Venezuela are going to be treated the same. Congratulations to him. And we look forward for the people of Venezuela for having a great nation, and they should be able to enjoy the resources of their country to live a better life. Once again, thanks, President Trump. I appreciate what you did.
Maybe when enjoying the conversation, you get relaxed.
Why can't the Donald Trump be more relaxed?
But Mom,
Yeah.
so now we say that if they can start looking, our direction, right? but on a serious note, Donald Trump has his own ambition when it comes to money. During the press conference, Donald Trump said something when the Secretary of State Marco Rubio, stated that $50 million was offered on this guy's head.
Oh, the bounty.
Donald Trump said, stop talking now before they claim it. Right now, if you don't
I don't want to put the money to get some money.
yeah, I don't want to get it, man. So I don't know what the
So this is a corrupt $50 million for the U.S. government, right?
Yeah. So besides that, one of the major reasons why you are saying that actually give rise to this action is the drug trafficking, and now Liberia being an epic center.
Oh yes.
Of drug transits. Now that we are doing that, and Joe was accused of coups. Now Joseph Baga guy own different drugs now.
Sparking that.
Yeah. Solar panel and the list.
So we'll compile some information. We'll send it to them about that. So let it pay attention. Let it tell Joseph Baga people to stop, destroying our children. If they don't, then maybe what happened to Hugo, Venezuela president, could happen too, because you came to continue to destroy your own people, especially when the president's son is being accused of being one of the main architects of people bringing drugs in the country. I say he's accused. So the people there, how you call them, the small
the misquan and the
yeah. So when you're carrying So those multi-bounds and charlatans, when you're carrying it, you could say is accused. And this 2026, I don't want to be confrontational for the most part, but we speak, truth to power. We speak on the issue. We'll hold your feet to the fire to the best way possible. But it has been a very, very good year for us for maintaining our platform, and the respect, the integrity of our platform is even growing by the day. So kudos to you guys, Mom.
Oh yes, for sure. And the thing I love about this story, all these things happened in Liberia before. That's why I tell people, when you go to election, right, you cannot be emotional when it comes to politics. And when you go to election, I tell people, when you go to election, Melbourne, you are not voting for a president. You are casting a ballot for the country's future based on what you want to see happen in the future. The president or the candidate running, you only want to see how ideas will align with what you envision. So when you stay in line to go cast a ballot, that why most people can get confused. You are not voting for a president, an individual. No, you are casting a vote for your country's future and what you want to see in that country. Now, the president or the candidates on that ballot, you can only speak among them as to which one of them, based on their policy, will be in alignment with your idea for your country. That's just how it works.
But more, how will you think like that? If you're saying that even if you body you in the coffin, I will vote for you.
I will vote for you. Yeah, how you think like that?
So what do you expect as a future for yourself?
Yeah,
and your country. If you say I don't need anything, I just if you a dead body, I can vote for a dead body.
Yeah.
So
that's why I keep saying, when you are doing the people's work, you don't have to compete. The result will speak for itself. Melbourne, can you imagine a country that was one of the richest in Latin America, going to the extent where people will go on look in for the trash for food? Supermarket shelves were empty, no baby formula in the country. that more than 9 million people escape. How do you maintain a man like that? A man who will come and end up losing elections back to back and carrying the country to wrongs, and people will be, you can see how people celebrating. You can see the jubilation, and we were given that opportunity before in 2003 when the US said, this country, you don't have the infrastructure and the structure in place to govern yourself. We can come to a trusteeship. We can put in certain institution and policy in place. In the future, you can go to election. Guess what? You refuse it. Now, you're talking about, oh, we are dependent on international aid. No, because they told you more than 20 years ago that you were sent to the place that you needed to be in order to carry that country forward. We were given opportunity. So that's why the U.S. is saying, when Maduro is out, there will be a vacuum. We will put a temporary structure in place until the people can go back to the pool and go pick who they want. It's up to them.
And that's a trusteeship that we are gradually entering, or maybe that we are going to more, because I think once upon a time we talk about these things, that Liberia just from war, to just have a democratic elections and have people corrupting the system that get us to where we are today. I think the economic system that gradually coming will also help. But let's move back more with the issue of who they, whenever America try to do the right thing, people will always want to manipulate and change the mind of the people that, oh, America after the people resources. Oh, because this one, that one more. Well, because this is confusing. Thank God Mr. Connell is here. Mr. Connell, these are kind of perceptions, these are kind of more thinking that they put in the mind of our people, that America is after our resources. So they make the people to know that, or to believe that America coming for their resources, which of course these resources have been given to you, or in fact they have been misused by just few people. So which resources are we protecting? And for me, I'm confused, Mr. Connell. Here, for more, what say you?
No, let's say we go for it. Let's say we go for it. I'll come later. The whole resources myth, it make no sense.
Mayborn, let me tell you something. Those statements are made by people who are corrupting the country. They are not coming for the resources of the country. They are coming for their resources. They corrupt resources. Because they know if that happens, corruption will stop. If that happens, the people will enjoy. The people's eyes will be open. The people will understand their right. They will start to experience what good things look like. I'll bet you 80% of Liberian population, they don't know what good things are. They've never experienced it, especially the young people. Beyond that, there are people in Liberia that never owned cell phone in their whole life. There are people in Liberia that have never slept under light, electricity in their whole life. There are people in Liberia, maybe they don't even know how to use computer, even cell phones. Simply because of few people. They want people to remain like that. They know if their eyes are open, if they have all those access, they will make right decisions. Because they will be informed. They will be following. They will be up to date with information. They will be doing things. They will be taking actions based on information. But they don't want that. They don't want our people's eyes to be open. This is why, even if we start speaking right now, at a certain level, somebody will warn you, maybe stop it with the country being like that. Your one will not change you. We made a country like that, and their country will going to remain like that. Because they're telling you they don't want change. And like Mo always saying on this platform, say change is not popular. Change is not comfortable. But when it happens, that's when you know what change is and how what change can do and how it looks like. So when it comes to Liberia, the resources of Liberia are there. Melbourne, before you talk about natural resources, what about the money we are making right now as a country? The one that has not been touched for, don't worry about that one. How much money we're making at the Freeport? How much money we're making at Nokar, Bean Mountain, Ashlamita, all those PP companies in the country making millions or billions of dollars. Guess what? If you are making 800 million and you're giving 40 million to Liberia, they're not free. Then few people that's supposed to be fighting for us, that's supposed to be making good decisions on our behalf, they will go and collect $5-10 million, put it in their pocket, and the rest of the country suffer. In any country, if you want your country to change, Melbourne, you need good leadership. Leadership that worries about the well-being of the people. Leadership that cares about the future of the children. But any country that won't worry about their pocket, the leaders won't worry about their pocket and their family and nothing for the rest of the people, that country will remain like that forever. They will never allow you to change. They will never allow you for your eyes to be open, to make good decisions. They want you to continue to be stupid, so they can exert themselves into the position they are in forever. So that idea of resource, they're coming for US has governed more to Liberia more than Liberia has governed to the United States. United States, the one that almost, cover all our elections. They spend money to train our securities, military, police alike. So the fear is not about taking our resources. The fear is about stopping them from taking the resources from the people. So the reason they're talking about are not from the Liberian people, but from them. Their personal gain that they are getting through corruption, they know that will stop. That will be taken from them. That's why they will come and tell you and fool you, say, you allow people to come here, they will come and take our resources into their country. No, they're not your resources they are taking. What's going to their pocket, that's what they will take from them and give it to you, the people. And no wonder.
Maybe that's why I told you today, I say, on the international scene, all the events that are happening, it comes right back to Liberia. I don't know where you look it up. It's about corruption. It's about bad leadership. And Sekou just said it right. You know, when we're beginning growing up, we bought into the same mafia. Oh, the American government, the Russian, they like to come. I said, you know what? When you go back to the days of the Cold War, right? The reason some presidents became impacted by the Cold War, like whether you're talking about Sekou Touré, whether it's about Kwame Nkrumah, Jomo Kienta, and Julius Nawari, or Patrice Luamba. If you do history, if you do your history, these guys were only victims of Cold War politics, because at the time America and Russia were fighting an international war. You got to pick your side. If you're on the American side and you want to go to Russia, the American government will make sure that you are out. If you are leaning with the Russian and you want to go to the American side, the Russian government will come and take you out. So even President William Aratoba himself was a victim of Cold War politics. But these days, to bring that same crazy narrative that America get one of resources, that's a lie. America come to the negotiating table. It's up to you to negotiate better deals for your country. That's why I told people from the beginning, I said, look, the Trump presidency will benefit Africa more, because Donald Trump is saying, we're not doing it. We are coming to the negotiating table on healthcare, on investment. You bring your country interest, I bring my country interest. We sit down, we discuss it. I'm not going to come put gun to your neck. Remember, all the reform that happening in Ethiopia, Rwanda, and Tanzania, all the countries that are doing better. Which American president went to go kill the president? Because they are doing great. Day before yesterday, Ghana just walked away from the extended credit facility with the IMF because they are beating expectations. The Ghanaian cedi is the best performing currency in the world against the US dollar. How they did it? You saw America going to go kill the president? So Sekou said everything right. I think Sekou just read my mind. The reason they are complaining because they are corrupt, they are incompetent, they want to steal from you. So they're looking for a scapegoat so that you can divert your attention from the useless leaders you got in your country to focus on someone that have no interest. Like we said, let's do the math. America and Liberia, who benefited the most from that friend? It's not even pure in comparison. From drugs to coronavirus to Ebola to infrastructure to loans. Somebody loan you don't pay, but they have canceled your debt more than 5-6 times in history. You can't even pay. So who is benefiting from who? But guess what? These are the game your politicians will play because they know they cannot give you result. They're looking for a boogeyman to come after. Look, I will get talk about there's something that happened in the so-called grant that was given for data, medical data. Did somebody put gun to your throat? That was an offer. America will push her own interest. That's what they call it, interest. When you see companies that fire some other people in Liberia, it just means they pay taxes to America because they are an American company. And if they are bringing resources here, then America must protect our interest. The question is, are you protecting your children's interest for the future? Are you? Are you bringing factories? Are you bringing companies? Are you making the investment that will make the future generation better? And you want me to forget about your criminal behavior and focus on somebody way across the other side of the Atlantic Ocean? That's where the politics is. And it's up to our people to know who is playing the game here. Nobody is coming after them. That's a lie. But anyway, I stop there.
Yes. Yeah, but Ali, what say you with the entire issue of whenever America want to take little step, they say, oh, they're programming for a reason. Don't mean the thing, you just make me laugh.
But the problem, for example, that right now this is our country, Liberia. If we will sit there, when foreign companies come, instead of them signing concession that will be in the interest of the people, but because of kickback, they go to sign bookers agreement that is not going to impact or better the lives of the people. So you have to put the interest of your country first. And this is why America believe in America first, America last. Anything they're going to do, anywhere they're going to put their interest first. So this whole thing, they're coming to take our resources. Your resources are for you. So when somebody comes to one day, you know how you can give it to them that is going to benefit you and the next generation to come. If you go and give it all cheap, it's up to you. And like Mong said, under President Trump administration, I think other people will benefit more, especially those people that for our country on dependency syndrome. We don't do anything for ourselves. We depend on the Western world, the EU, the RU, the USA, all the union in the world. So that is it. If somebody come to you, this is the agreement, and you look at it. If you know it's not in your interest, no, I want it like this, I want it like this. And then if your compromise, you come to one understanding, your sign it in no way, the person walk out. They are not forcing you. Like we say, quite recently listen to the president. They wait. If you get $1.2 billion budget, but you're waiting for MCC compound money for America, so you can be able to put money to your health sector. What sense does that make? They say you depend on America for everything. Then when you make it, America want to take people resources, like what is happening in Venezuela now. Everybody, because of the people oil, because of the people oil. That's all you will say. America not putting God to nobody through. They believe in trade, give and take. So it's up to you. Either you take it or you leave it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kane and Dr. Mark. Let's go back to the issue of security. For me, I'm still concerned with the issue of security because most of the things that happen here, including the former president or the former government, because Mr. Kane also mentioned about the issue of drugs, and that's one thing. Almost $100 million worth of drugs, that was arrested. And none of our security even get, I don't know, tip off or what are they get, glue, or what are they have, any idea, what they have, anything that have to do with that. But America have to call our government and tell them that something is coming, and what coming is drugs, and it's worth $1 million. And Mr. Khan just chip in that I don't know where that drug comes from, but I think we've been hearing the news about Liberia has been used as a central point.
Yeah, a transit hub.
Is it?
I think a transit point. That's a hub for drugs, illicit drugs.
Good. And that embarrassing, Mr. Connect, but we always putting money into the budget, especially with the NSA. Every time, and We still depend on the US to help us fight, or sometimes blind our eyes and we bring in this thing. But Mr. Khan, this is trouble. And you said something very, very profound about the former president you were called on, and that's spark of mixed reactions in the public life. And this thing still continue, even though we haven't seen that kind of. I think sometime last year, right, there was huge consignment also of drugs, or maybe 2024, something like that. But Mr. Khan, this is worrisome about the issue of drugs. Are we also on the time bomb? Can we say that because we have been used as a transit point, are we also sitting on a time bomb?
Mabel, did you listen to the deputy director of the Drug Enforcement Agency, who said drugs that are coming in the country are from top government officials? What happened to that man? Okay.
He was dismissed.
Okay. Who dismissed him?
Government. Yeah.
Okay. So that is just a signal for you to know exactly what's going on in our country. In other countries, even according to the United States, they say most of the drugs that are coming in the country are coming through the sea. When in Liberia, drug can come through the airport.
It can come to the airport. It can be robber with ribbon on the airport. They can put a label on there.
And then when it comes, when somebody signal it, you know what they do? Phone call. I got interest. It will be released. Oh, chief, you think yeah, I got interest. I got something for you. That's it. But you know, what is even interesting in the whole thing is that the consumer, the victim, I don't want being arrested. I don't want being beaten. I don't want being thrown into prisons. The people, the main architects, people who are bringing the drugs in the country, the shipper, the importers are free. The consumer are in jail, language in jail. Some of them sleeping in cemeteries, in the markets. Those who, Melbourne, how come there's a parable that says that you must be looking for the needle and then you stepping on it. Your foot is on the needle, then we're looking for it. How are we gonna find that? So, to put it simple, Liberia being considered. Let me tell you something. There are a few countries in the world, in Africa, specifically in West Africa. You see Liberia, you see Guinea-Bissau, are considered as a major hub, a transit point for drug trafficking. And I can tell you, you may not hear much about it, but people are watching us. I can guarantee you something will be done about it. There are Liberians who are working with the United States, both overt and covert operation. A lot of people don't know of that. I will not say more than that because of reason, but I can tell you, people know exactly what's going on, and those who are the main architects, they are aware. But not only some of them will be exposed, there will be sanctions. Do you know United States have resolved to arresting people now. If you violate, if you commit crime, if they suspend you, or maybe you commit crime, if they suspend you, or they tell you to stop doing whatever you're doing. If you don't stop, you come in, they will arrest you, or they can go arrest you. I mean, if they can arrest a president of a country, you know how many million people living in Venezuela? I think around 60 or 70 million people.
Yep. And more than 9 million outside refugee. 9 million outside.
Okay, how many people got in Labrador?
The whole population that less than 5 million in Venezuela, get outside the country more than 9 million.
Okay. 5.2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
People then living in Abidjan, more than the whole Labrador population.
Yeah, Abidjan alone. The city.
Abidjan city got more than 5 million people.
Yep.
But Labrador is complicated more than America. United States budget is around $4 trillion. But the margin between the salary for United States lawmaker and a Labrador lawmaker is small. Just California is going to be the fifth, if not the sixth economy in the world.
Yeah, their size.
Look at California. Labrador is south of Ohio.
Ohio and Tennessee are the exact size.
Yeah. And our budget, we just hit, quote unquote, $1.2 billion because we want a proof point. But what good is a $1.2 billion if the people are not feeling it? What good is getting your budget taken to $1.2 billion or maybe $2 billion if people still going to bed hungry? If people cannot afford to pay the children's school fee? How good is that? If underprivileged people are sleeping in the marketplaces, in cemeteries. Yeah, but do you know how many people go to bed without food in Liberia? In Liberia, people, if you leave Monrovia, many part of Liberia, you don't have internet anymore. People stealing millions of dollars to even get a 15 antenna, also on a satellite, to put up there where we can have signal everywhere we go in the country. It's easy. But no, instead of using that for the people, they will put the money in their pocket. Yeah, but how many hospitals are we having in Liberia without ambulances? 0. Hey man, the guy who say he married to his sister, he was just going to
they gave 1.8 million.
The office budget 1.8 million, but maybe last year the guy took his budget to 5 million. And $4 million was shared among them during the crisis. Maybe you know how much 4 million can do?
Yeah.
4 million can buy medication and put all the referral into all the referral hospitals in Liberia.
Ambulances.
And buy 2 or 3 ambulances for each hospital in the whole country or clinics. School, you have children standing on the floor, while few guys sharing the money among themselves. But then when you talk, the people who are victimized are there to defend the perpetrators. They are there to defend their oppressors. And again, until we can graduate from this idea of partisan politics and put the country first, we'll remain like this. We'll finish the day, go, will go. The next one will kind of get will be like that until Judgment Day. But Melbourne and Mong and Ali, let me tell you something. The war is evolving. People's eyes are opening. A lot of things to happen yesterday. When it happened today, people can see it in real time. Now everybody is a journalist. Everybody. If things happen right now in Lofa County, somebody will see it today. Something happening right now in Kamfo, Nimba, or Bain, Mahunta, people will see it right away. So things are changing. And that's what people don't want. They want our eye to remain close so they can make good decisions, so they can see good things, so they can emulate the good example of other people. You know, every time something happens, the last time when they say, which country they said the government were not doing good, they wanted their prime minister to resign. The prime minister didn't want to resign.
That's South Korea,
right? Yeah. But when that happened, some of the people were saying, but why don't we do the same thing abroad here?
They always waiting for another country.
Because why? They don't think those things are possible. And people are afraid. The 14-year civil war, you know, put people in a position where nobody want to go back to war. You know what they do? They're telling you every time you attempt to stand for yourself, that war you bring in a country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the fear they can put in you. So that you can be, and you don't want to go back to war. So even if it's your right to fight, when they say, oh, they are right here, when you fight for they are right here, you will bring war to your country, you say, okay, it's okay. I'd rather continue suffering like that than to go back to war. That's what they're doing to the people. Mm-hmm. They are using war, you know, as fear, you know, mongering of fear tactics.
Indeed, war drum, yes.
Yeah, to tell the people, say, anything you do that war. No, man, let me tell you something. Joseph Boakai government. What are the priorities of Joseph Boakai government? Is it auditing? Is it asset recovery? Is it changing the turning position? Is it bringing yellow machine? Is it bringing buses in the town? Is it building headquarters? What are the priorities? But you know what? You know what the secret friends are saying? Joseph Boakai is changing Liberia every day. Liberia is getting better. When they themselves know very well that the people are suffering. But you know what? They don't want to get mouth to talk.
Yeah.
The regular people. They can't even afford to buy internet, to buy anything, to even buy data to put in their phone, let alone to write something. So, Melbourne, Mong, and Aliu, our country, we have a lot to do. We got to continue talking and hope that our people are listening. But I'm not sure of anything.
Yeah.
Because every day when you think people are learning, every day when you think people are getting smarter,
yeah.
Look at what's happening right now with the speaker. In a country, that guy will resign.
Yeah.
Immediately, he will resign. The president, his partisan, his colleagues, they will all mount pressure on him. Say, my man, this is disgraceful. You can't do this. Resign. But you know what? People are defending it based on partisanship. Based on Massa and the Asa. Based on tribe. Based on regional solidarities. Based on religious, division. So, to cut long matter short in Liberia, we have to stand for ourselves and put our country first. Until we can put the country first, Melbourne, trust me, 100 years from now, we'll be in the same place. But how many of us are ready to put the country first?
Even though that means a canon of the people that claim to be educated, you see them jumping from another camp to another camp. Sometimes you even worry. Sometimes you even think that are these people for real?
What is your definition of education?
But Mr. Cannon, that the people boast of how many degrees?
Degree does not mean education. Some people got degree, they're not educated. They are dumb like hell. Some people got degree, they are not educated because in the education is in their head. They got the book, they get the certificate, but corruption overshadowed their sense of reasoning. Their sense of patriotism is overshadowed by corruption, by ego. So yeah, education, is relative. In Liberia, we think that if you go to and people that go to college and sit down in class are the only educated people. Do you know in the Western world there are people that never started in class but they got degree up to bachelor to master level? It never started in class. They call it homeschooling. Do you know that? So you don't even know that. So people in Liberia, there are a lot of people with degree but they are not educated. Look at some of them when you listen to some of them. Look at someone that call themselves lawyer. We listen to their analysis.
I said, Mr. Khaled, that's the point.
I said, what kind of law degree people don't get? You cannot even make 13 argument. You cannot make reasonable argument to convince even a non-lawyer, let alone a judge.
They keep confusing a non-lawyer. We talk about judge.
I always stop them so far, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. So more what say you and brother Ali now go.
Ali, what's up? Why you get? I think Ali is busy. Oh no, I think Sekou came back with all the fools today because he just covering everything, and that's just why they this fear mongering, this scare tactic. Nobody is coming for the people. The people who are ripping you off are the one that want that party to keep going. If you can really pay attention, there was a difference between war and the political uprising. People have changed the way how they do political uprising these days. These days, when the citizens show an inclination that they don't want a leader, they're not going in the bush to go start war. They're coming straight to the presidential palace moving you. We saw it in Guinea. We saw it in Burkina Faso. We saw it in Niger. No, nobody going to that 1940 thing where you were kill innocent people, disrupt project. No, those days are gone. When we are coming for you, we will assembly on Capitol Hill. Few steps away from the executive mansion and you are out. So they fear mongering that people can be, oh, we don't want to go back to war. Nobody is going to war. We are too mature to go back to war. The war is a 19th century strategy. This 21st century, once the citizens show their interest as to where they are leaning, you want a stubborn Uncle Sam will come. Like I said, that when Uncle Sam can come in, Uncle Sam will not be the one to come. They move a president. No, they are only waiting for that signal. Like what you just saw in Venezuela and any other country in the world. The moment you give that signal, we want this guy out, they will be out. If they cannot get out, there is a bigger brother somewhere that will come and step in. Because remember, think of it. Sekou just said it. We went almost 8 months of the year just because of leadership impasse in the house. Nothing happened for you, the common person. These guys, they go into committee room, they pour tens of millions of dollars in their own budget. 103 people consume 51.7 million of your budget. 51 million for 103 guys. That one is not okay. Now another budget is coming. They're coming with another leadership crisis. How long you will be sitting there? Nothing happening. Can you imagine for the first time in history, we look at full concession agreement and roll it up in one budget or historic budget and pass everything as one without any open debate? Can you imagine that? We're talking about the Exxon, or how they call it, the Ivanhoe Atlantic deal, the Total Energy, 4 different critical or concession agreement. You put it into one budget. Why have you seen it in the war? Something that so have been debated individually, getting feedback from experts, getting the public opinion. No, because they don't care, but they get you a piece of crap that you are trash people. They can just do anything as well and get away. And guess what? They pass it. You just there sitting, hoping. No, you cannot keep hoping. It will never work with hope because they know how you will respond anyway. So they will keep doing everything that they keep doing. And Sekou said something. What he said concerning this, not only the fear mongering tactic, but the whole idea that you got guys who will take the most from you and tell you that you're bringing war. No, your lawmakers, your politicians, the president, they are the one that are waging war on you every single day of the week. Because when they steal from you, when there are no investment, when there are no infrastructure being built, then what you think? Isn't our civil war on you indirectly? But no, when you want to counteract, then they say, no, you want to bring war because that's a psychological game and you keep falling for it. So I'm not telling you to call for the removal of your president. And this is one of the main reasons that this idea of short-term reduction is important in Liberia because the one advantage, Melbourne, when you bring some foolish leader into power and he's not giving you result, he got a shorter time span, 4 years. So it means if we had a 4 year, then we're not looking up to another get rid of Joseph Boaga. You see how quick it is? Because this is his 10th year. In a 4 year, because the 4 year will put pressure on you to deliver because you know you don't have the luxury of time. But guess what? You get a lot of useless men in 9 years. The other people you get in 6 years. Do you know how many? We ain't living long in this modern generation. If you're giving one senator 9 years of your life, that's almost a decade. When will you be able to remove him when he's not giving you result? You telling me you will wait for 9 good years before you can make that decision? So that's it there, my brother. I don't know if you guys got
So before you didn't forget all the Baba.
Yeah, you didn't forget.
Oh, yes. And that's the fact, Mr. Colonel. Monjon, 9 years is not a joke that you would take part of your life and give it to someone that, oh, yes, you know, that wait for 2029, that wait for 2036. And they're always coming up with this kind of more time. That wait for this time. How long will some move you?
Maybe, and I call you again before you go to Seku. They minute they enjoy the party that they're going to even they are 14 more seats in the name of population growth. Yeah, they are 73. They want another 14 more to increase to take more money. Yeah, can you imagine?
But the people are there doing nothing. Why you want more useless people?
Yeah.
Even when you open the radio and even ask about their lawmakers, who are those lawmakers that are even performing, Mr. Colonel, the most you only hear about 2, 3.
My question to all of you. I don't know the answer for this, but let me try to see if you guys can help. Why is it that we Liberians, when we are outside Liberia, we think right, we do everything right. When we go to Liberia, we don't respect rule of law. We don't respect each other. We don't respect time for work. And overall, why is it that we don't like good people in our country? We always embrace bad people, good for nothing people. In fact, most of the people that are celebrating in Liberia, you either know how to cause harm, you don't know how to blackmail,
yeah,
you don't know how to lie, you know how to kill, you know how to steal, and you have no respect for anybody. Those are people who are celebrated. Take for instance, look at all the media platforms in Liberia. Platforms that engages in gossip, disrespect, blackmailing are the most popular platforms. Individuals that got involved with stealing, criminal acts, blackmailing, gossip are the places where all the people run to. Area where people have good conversation, education, intellectual conversation, where people learn. People run away from there because you don't involve in gossip. You're not involved in lying, in blackmailing. They run there to defend themselves. They run there to run to each other. They run there to defend themselves. They carry information about each other to see who can win the day in the gossip. So my question to all of you, why is it that we don't let good people and we gravitate towards useless people, the most useless people in the society? Why?
For me, I think it's all about programming, and it's all about environment. I believe that environment is stronger than genetics. And when you grow up in a dysfunctional society or you experience a dysfunctional society and you move to another society with structure, you will fall in line. Because the whole thing about immigration is all about assimilation, right? You got your own way of doing things back home, but when you come to another country, you have to adjust based on how they live to fit in. So we will pretend like we respect rules and laws and order, but then when we go back home, when we get in our comfort zone, then it becomes business as usual. That's why I can tell people a child that was born here to African parents or immigrant parents, they are more likely to impact society than people that grew up in Africa before coming here, because it's all about programming. And another thing is not seeing any good period in your life or the most formative part of your years. Like, take for example, let's assume like Generation Z, millennials, people, let's say, that were born just before the 1990, after the 1990 war. Never seen anything good, never seen your real governing structure, never seen the best days of the country. All they saw was dysfunction, no job, poverty, no running water, no electricity, dilapidated healthcare system, the educational system is almost like in shambles. Okay, if you spend the rest of your life like that for the next 30 to 35 years, what make you think you will gravitate to somebody much better? If you were to bring somebody and say, you know what, I'm better than most of the candidates, they will think it's a joke. They won't take you seriously, because in their mind, they believe that nothing good can happen in the country, because that's what they are lived to see through all their life. For almost 35, 40 years of their life, they haven't seen anything better. So if you were to bring people with better idea, better policy, who can try to transform that country, not too many people will gravitate to them. And the only reason, because the generation you are dealing with, we are talking about 6 out of every 10. The young population is between 65%. Can you imagine? So it means talking about 6 to 7 of every single Liberian that grew up in a dysfunctional society. To change it from a political standpoint, I'm talking about Alibaba. It's not an easy task. It will be very, very tough. And let's say the father I mentioned, your kids, if we were to take all the kids that are born overseas in different societies who came to Liberia, they will do better than people that grew up in Liberia before coming here. The reason being because of how you grew up. Yes, you can say America transformed you, but I bet you 9 out of every 10, the moment they hit that ground, that old mentality kick in, because they believe now they are in an environment that will incentivize them for doing the worst thing. That's why when you come to platform about gossip, some of the information will cover here, whether it's concession agreement, whether it's the president trip. They don't even care about that. The only thing they are looking for is gossip, leaked document. Everybody go defend who's stealing who. CDC one side, Unity Party one side. You want to talk anything substantive? No, they don't subscribe to the kind of idea. And you can see on the social media every day. That's where the problem is. That's the biggest threat we face, and the heavy lifting like bro must do before maybe about some miraculous me who might get a better leader, but it's tough, my brother. It's just hard to say. I'm not lying to you. That's just how I see it. Yeah.
Is Ali still there?
I think Ali cooking beans behind the scene. You gotta go check the pot.
Well, so
Neighbor, you gonna open the line for the year for our people?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's go to the line to interact with our people out there, at least so that they can have their say on what we've been talking about here this evening. 0770-203125. Please, let's be brief and let's be savor in our discussion here this evening. David King, good evening, my brother.
Good evening, let me say good evening to Mr. Kana. It's been a long time. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, my brother. Thank you.
You see, Lebon, this country called Nigeria, the never progress on the generation of leadership that we have. These guys are systematically corrupt. These guys, look at what it did. You took concession, bonus fee, and budget, national budget. Without that concession being put before the people, there was no public hearing of any of those deeds. Those guys get past the face in the party. Before go bow our eye, the day has passed. They will say for 25 years, and we are comparing today with APN Senegal. 25 years. Today we'll continue to come to that post. When you get 3 cars, expect yourself to pay 200,000. I said the Lord, you pay 200,000. Just to begin a 40 and continue with few markets and 3 cars. So when people are doing this kind of thing and not thinking about the future tomorrow, then when it leads the people to go present. So I think that most something we don't need to subscribe to this protest will bring war. Protest, protest of is not war. You just telling the government you are not proceeding well, and what we're doing is consistently, America will get concerned and they will come in to restore hope for the hopeless. But we just sit there and be thinking about Jamaica will protest it. They are going there. I'm going at war and one drink. Nobody said you say protest can bring war. Human disobedience is not war. It's just meant to tell the government that you are not to see where. And when America see that, they come in to restore war for the whole people.
All right, thank you, Charles Cooper. Charlie, good evening. Charles.
Good evening, Mayborn.
Yes, my brother. Good evening. Go ahead.
Yeah, Charles Cooper from the Portmore. Let me first say thank you to the War Police State and especially to President Trump. You know, Mayborn, I posted on my page the act of removing a dictator or draconian leader from power is an act of restoring peace to many people. So the removal of Maduro, I think it has restored some level of peace in Venezuela. You know, dictators fail to learn our history. I don't think they read history. Maybe when they read it, they just read it to keep themselves busy, but they have to take it in. Dictators rise and fall. So Africa, I mean, say our leaders, not only Africa but the world, should learn from the history, but I don't think they are reading history. That's why I told someone, I say, you are not reading the world history because America is not your equal. And America will never fight you when your people request them to fight you. It is your own people that will call America to fight you before they can fight you as a leader. So what kind of leader are you that when people remove you, your people are happy? They are celebrating that they are in heaven. It tells you that there's something wrong with your leadership. Because if your people cannot fight for you, nobody will fight for you. So I think the draconian leaders, they should learn from the Maduro case again, but they will not learn. That comes to like Rock in Mayborn. You see, Mayborn, our country is very wrong on its feet. Deception and hypocrisy are the two major problems of Nigeria. And then Mark said, you know, that's why we have gotten used to Mayborn. I told someone you're supposed to eat at least 3 times a day, Mayborn. But when you are born, you only been eating 1 time a day. So you feel it's a normal way of life. The day your parents call for you 2 times, Mayborn, you will brought your men in the community. That's the thing with Liberia. Even when India comes to the country, I'm ready. The people with Adi, they will say, nobody can change Liberia. You know how many people are giving out this country? Many persons believe, many Liberia believe, and nobody can change Liberia. They will tell you, even the men is when you can't, you will do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because that have been over time, Mayborn. From 10 pounds to 10 pounds, so the people mindset that there have been programs that there will be no good here in the country. So it seems like we are giving all our country. That's why everybody just doing, you see all things.
All right, thank you. Maybe Donald Trump will come in and help us. So this quarter, good evening.
Good evening, neighbor, and good evening to your fellow panelists. This is the boss of the Common Court Chairman, and I'm joining from Tokyo to Shopoo. Can neighbor that you are coming to pass your debate on with another time, so I hope you're getting this time.
Yes, go ahead.
Neighbor, let me respectfully disagree with you and your panelists this evening when you have to do with America reducing their army and their power and their position in the world. Neighbor, let it be known that there is no law on the book in anybody in the world that America can start now for the action in Venezuela. That's first. Number 2, Donald Trump is saying he wants Venezuela for jobs. And when you're looking in the south region, there is a country of Colombia. Bogota is the capital of Colombia. Bogota is the capital of jobs in that region. If you just do your research on Colombia, go to Mexico and do your research too. So Venezuela is not a just country, but this America always over pretense. So in their economic resources, are 100% support the argument of America going to Venezuela for their oil reserves. Because if you check in history, they say America follow George Bush. They make a thing when we were cabinet for president of Venezuela. But they didn't just start about now, they started way back. If you just take the issue of an election, somebody wanted to buy it. In America, Donald Trump himself complete about election. And then I want complete about election. So should somebody want to say America because they are compulsory election in America?
All right, thank you. Come on, people, Chairman. Yeah, Mr. Connor, you're saying something. Go ahead.
Yeah, AB is on the line. I want you to come up because
okay, yes, good. Yes, take him, Mr. Kami, take him.
Yeah, so good. Thank you, man. How you doing, oh, man?
Oh, man, happy New Year. It's been a minute.
The same to you, my man. Since last year, I did hear your voice, my man.
Yeah, my man.
Year, it's good to hear from you. Happy New Year to you and the family, and let me say Happy New Year to Mong again, and then of course Ali and Bilbo. Fascinating topic, man. Though I just got in between, but what really caught my attention when Mong mentioned about the budgetary allocations that have been made and the priority of that country. More when you stated that about $51 million is allocated to the lawmakers, that's about 4.5% of the $1.2 million budgetary allocation that's made. To give it to a bunch of people that when you look in that budget, education is 0.0 whatever percentage in it. Health sector, nothing. But you got this bunch of people, they are still milking the country. And because today they have become rich people in our country, that's the reason why they will go all out and continue to mislead the people. But because the president is not setting his priorities straight, you can veto any budget or such that comes to you that doesn't fit even the very arrest agenda that you're talking about. It's not even a priority in our budget. And you got those people that they're taking those monies and they call us the so-called rich people in our country today. That's 4.5% of $1.2 billion you talk about, Mom, $51 million. And the people taking it on a daily basis, they call themselves rich people in that place. It's a problem. Again, the very people you talk about, you said they change the platform. Mom, the reason why you see this garden, they gravitating from platform to platform because they found out that the lies that they told the country. There are certain areas no longer resonating and making a lot of resistance. Now I see the lives of their carefree low and all these places, they go to farm platform to lie to the people continuously so that people can buy into those things. You got a budget that you can't even build for 3 years. This is the third cycle going. You can't boast of that budget allocating any amount of school. This to talk about the hospital. But yesterday you say you're in the interest of the people. It's a sad thing, man. But guys, man, let me not take all your time. But thanks.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, Eddie. Everyone, back to you.
0770-203125. That's the number to call. Those of you who would call in through, you cannot place in your calls to be part of the show this evening and have a say on all of the issues that we've been talking about here this evening. Maybe you want to talk about the happening worldwide because it's not easy. But again, place in your call 0770-203125. That's the number. Call in. Yeah. Also the WhatsApp line is also there. You can also place in your calls. Those of you that are also following us via the internet, you can also do that. Place your calls also on the WhatsApp number. Then place there beneath the show. You will see that. But again, keep your calls coming. 0770-203125. That's the number to call this evening. And you'll be live on Truth FM 96.1, the Sktv show. We're here this evening talking about all of the happening, especially that have to do with our society, our country, and Donald Trump wahala in the U.S. My water is on the line. My water, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my son Maple. I want to say good evening to all my Sktv family. I want to say welcome back, Mr. Kane. I want to say you're taking baseball. I want to say it. I want to say
wow, I don't know, maybe your credit bands or maybe yes. But again, keep your calls coming, people. 0770-203125. So this call up, where you blame?
Yeah, is this true?
Yes, this is Truth FM Sktv show. Go ahead.
It's my choice. It's
why are you sounding that you are so frustrated? What happened?
I'm sick now for the past 2 years.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get remedy.
Oh.
But what do we see that happened to our country is a lot of people seek the legislative position because they can make fortune. If they could reduce the legislature's salary incentive. You see that nobody will want to go there. Someone gets it, they are saving money now to come waste money and rest around for people to decide.
Now 2027, 2028.
They don't have other incentive. They got legislative project. Yet it says ministers should not run use government car and things because they got budget. What about them who they gave you money to for legislative budget, which they can check and take somebody and then they use it any kind of way, no check and balance. So the only solution to our problem is to reduce the legislators' salary. I guess each of them, they are making $1 billion a year, and government is working for them. So what they're doing there so much, level head with some degree cannot go in there and accept that amount. I'm a retired teacher. I was making small money and I did my homework very big. Even though it didn't pay, but I finished to a level and I got all the conveniences I want in there. And what much about them who making all that money? So we have to try to reduce it. And we do it.
All right.
It will be a war.
All right, thank you. Because like your last statement, it will be a war. That means the people themselves, they are also fighting. They are almost like, in fact, cartel. So the cartel, to get through the cartel is not easy. They will always do all of these things. That's why they always fighting the media, fighting everybody. That's it. But thank you so much, Chief. I really appreciate and I wish you speedy recovery.
Even when they are defeated and they come to civilian position, to full position and all of this.
Exactly.
It will be like that. No other book that you have other incentive.
I feel your pain, my brother, but you're quite correct. Thank you so much to this caller. We take a few more calls, then we'll cross over to our team. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, I come on.
My brother, we're okay. Thank God for life. Your name and from where you join us?
Dr. Dodo.
Okay.
I'm calling from Kirisburg.
Okay, go ahead, Pastor.
My brother, this is the regime of Ahab. Ahab, the nation will continue to lie to Ahab, and Ahab will continue to do the wrong thing. And the follower of Ahab will continue to back Ahab. So the true prophet, they will not listen to the true prophet until Ahab regime finishes. So the higher we need, we will continue to pray, but we are the cause, Liberians are the cause of the trouble.
Okay.
We are the cause. So let's continue to pray, and the Ahab regime can end. Thank you.
Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
When you call Ahab regime, what's that?
Yes, myself, I'm really confused with that. Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, where? Yes.
Sometimes now we should be colonize our mind and engage in issue. Now president is your parliament is whatever Russia or China.
Hello, my brother. Hello, my man. Let's be serious. Let's be serious with the conversation, right? Let's be serious with the conversation. You always calling here and you critiquing the behavior of our leaders. So to call back and say because America is donating because of their maybe of our resources for me, I don't want to give you too much of attention on that because you said that and you go. What you want to call back again on that? Yeah, but you say you are disagree. Okay, we hear you already. It's okay. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Good evening, mate, Bob.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
I really want to come to True FM to look for you. I'm a stroke survivor.
Okay.
I need some help from you. Not monetary, I'm not begging for money, but I need for you to do some contact for me.
All right. So we'll do that, my brother. But maybe, hopefully, you can call me maybe Monday. We can start with that. Yeah.
All right. Is this your number?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So that move on. Yeah. You. Every day you complain about government behavior, but at the same time you come like, you come and see. I don't know what even had internet monk. I was showing the video.
Oh yeah,
This
that's
video.
the Venezuelan in the
Yeah.
Miami. We got 300,000 of them that was given temporary protection status. Yeah,
See the people celebrating of what happened. Then you come and
yeah. Go to Colombia. They want smoke. Go here, America, but go to Colombia.
So let's go back to the next question more because I see somebody if I also commented. So the next question is so what happened if it were maybe China or maybe Russia that did that, right? I think that's the question. So more. So what say you with that question? So what happened? I don't think America have major. If I'm more even talking about Ukraine.
Yeah.
So what happened in Ukraine?
That's why I told people on the situation of Ukraine. I live in America. We all benefited from America's generosity around the world. But certain argument, when you want to make a moral argument, that's why I say I will side with Russia. Because, yeah, it's a thing. Russia was a global empire before America began. After the Cold War, before Russia disintegrated, in terms of size and everything, Russia has 9 time zones, even up to today's date, right? Maybe you know that? We have 4 time zones in America. So it could be 9 o'clock on the East Coast. It could be 7 o'clock in California. Russia, it means, like you assume that you're in Liberia, in Sano at 1 p.m., then in Moravia at 9 p.m. We're talking about 9 different hours apart. That's how huge Russia was. But when other countries broke away from Russia, whether it was the entire Soviet, when the Soviet Empire collapsed, Russia never stopped anyone from breaking apart. But Ukraine is a whole different situation. Ukraine is part of Russia. Ukraine sits in the belly of Russia. Most of the Russian oil pipeline, most of their scientific lab, most of the infrastructure, most of their port, their farming area, like the wheat, everything growing in Ukraine. When you want to break away Ukraine from Russia totally, it's almost like you're taking Moravia from Liberia. If you take Moravia from Liberia, within level Liberia, that's technically waging war on Liberia because Liberia will not survive. Everything is centralized in Liberia. So if we would say our adversary cannot be on our doorstep because it poses a security risk, then we are also a risk to Russia because NATO right on Russia's doorstep. And now, to make it worse, you want to take Ukraine. And can you imagine there are certain part of Ukraine, the one we call the Donbass region, where the people speak Russian? Do you know that? That half of Ukraine speak Russian because they were Russia before. So for me, I know the European Union got their own interest. That's why I side with Trump. Because Trump is a put price. That's a lie. Donald Trump is only applying the same standard America applied. We saw it with the Cuban Missile Crisis in Cuba, when Fidel Castro told the Russians to come and put ballistic weapon right in Cuba, because Cuba is only 90 miles off the coast of Florida. It means the Russian could fire a nuclear weapon in America within a heartbeat, and we won't even have time to respond. So why not apply the same principle? I don't have to be a fan of Putin, but if you want to talk about the fairness doctrine, if you want to be moral, then it means the same thing that applies to Russia, we applies to America. So when somebody says China, no, China is a communist state. Matter of fact, they just built island in the Southern China Sea anyway. So who knows? We will not support it. That's what we keep saying. The only time Uncle Sam steps in when they can get feedback from the people, because in a democracy or constitutional republic, the people are the one with the power. So even in instances where America support a president, the day the people say we go against you, my brother, you are out. It doesn't matter whether America love your policy or not. Once the people show interest that they don't want you in their country anymore, that you are a dictator, you will be out, and America will have to play. That's why I keep saying most of American policy is not about who is in the White House. It's all about the geopolitical interest. No matter whether it's an independent or Republican or Democrat, don't mind the TV show, at the end of the day, they know what they agree upon, and they will never let a country down when it comes to that. They won't play politics where politics It's not needed. That's one thing that separates America from any other country. In your country, you can see one joker destroy your country every day, but guess what? You will still pick a side. It doesn't work here. Anything that threatens America's survivability, no, they will put a stop to it, irrespective of which party you support. So don't watch news and think that, oh, what they're saying, they think Republicans. I said that's a lie. When it comes down for their strategic interest, politically, globally, they will protect their country first. That's why you can do in Liberia, and that's why you find yourself where you are today. That's the difference.
Well, but Ali, what say you with China and maybe the thing that is happening, or maybe the U.S. just maybe in fact that the day today people are one of our caller asking if maybe it's gonna be Russia or China, what's gonna happen?
But the problem, China that condemning what America did to Venezuela. That's the same China that supporting Russia with all the weapons and things to destroy people in Ukraine. So what moral integrity they had to condemn what America did?
Ali, I'm not cutting or just before you close up. They were China that removed Rahul Mugabe. They calling for meeting China and replacing Red in Zimbabwe. What are you talking about?
Okay, you see. And Donald Trump, we have any cash shortage in Venezuela. No, Donald Trump, they didn't kill anybody. Their mission have been accomplished to get them there. Also, people can have freedom. And you can see there are Venezuelans all around the world. They are celebrating. They are happy. They're free now. They know that they can go back to their country. You see, people left the country because of this man. So let it just keep quiet. Like I said, for me, I stay with President Trump when it comes to bringing peace in the world. And the bullshit, let fire blaze. We need peace in the world. So whether you say, oh, that because of resources, as far as I am concerned, Venezuela now, they are going to be treated like real human beings. And whatsoever gas, oil, whatsoever natural resources they get, now it will be used by the American government to impact their lives and to give them a better living that they never got for decades. So I stand with President Trump, and everybody get their right to what they want to say. I stand with him, and I appreciate him for what he did, and I look forward to see the people of Venezuela having a better life.
Yeah. Go to election, elect your president, and live a better life. Nobody want your oil. Yeah, we can do business with your oil, but we are not there purposely to come and take your oil because we were doing business there before. We never talk about the country. Hugo Chavez, whatever. Yes, it was their joker that came and decided to destroy our country. Like I said, you look at our country that was prosperous and you turn it into a third world country in no time because of your crazy policy. Then that's why the people are celebrating around the world because they want to go back home and rebuild our country and live the life they were living. Nobody disrupted their life before they make him to power. He went to election twice. He was beaten resoundingly. Guess what? He seized all the voting machine. He seized all the foreign company assets, revoked their license because he wanted to be a dictator, and we told him who is the tough guy. At the end of the day, he the one he hang up and on camera.
Monday man, he caused this for himself. Like when I was listening to the president and the other guy said, yes, this man was giving more opportunity. You have caused all of these crimes and things, and Donald Trump told you, okay, just leave the country. You found somewhere to go.
Find somewhere and go.
That was the best thing you could have done. Oh yes, all the things the people indicted me said 2020, and I here I rig election 2024, and I stay here. And right now, I saw what they made dating Iran. As I'm seeing what he's doing around the world. This opportunity is, I think, let me just find somewhere to go with my family and live peacefully. And I think that was the best opportunity that.
But maybe, Brother Ali and other mom, maybe they were thinking that you're having a lot of maybe others, people supporting
Yeah,
him.
he thought they were kind of. He don't understand the game. He doesn't understand.
America, my brother, you can get in Russia, you can get in China, they supporting you. When America ready, they ready. Don't play game with them. Don't go around. Don't try it. You see.
Let me give you one example where I know the guy is a very foolish guy, right? You saw what happened in Syria with Bashar Assad. Assad was a dictator. Assad used when that was Sekou said when Obama drew his red line. Obama said, when you use chemical gas on your people, we will use the full force of America. You know what Assad did? He defied Obama and he killed hundreds of people with nail gas. Obama never acted. That one of the problem that brought problem between one of the reasons that had problem between McCain and Obama. McCain said, let me tell you something. We are the greatest country in the world. Whenever you flex your muscle, you got to act on what you promise. Because If America promised to do something and she failed to not to do it, other countries will see that as weaknesses and they will start poking at America. You don't threaten America power and don't use it. So Obama regretted that because he defied Assad. I mean, he drew the red line. Assad cruised the red line and walked away with impunity. That was one of the biggest mistakes. He, Obama, said, admitted that. That one at one time it happened. But yeah, it's a deal. When things got tough in Syria, where Assad there, he walked away. Now he living comfortably in Russia. Nobody complain about that. This dude was given more than 5 options. My brother, the people never voted for you. You destroy the country economy. You put that economy in free fall. The currency is useless. You got sanctioned. You seized our property illegally. You went to court. You were found guilty. You were even scheduled to pay our money back for the investment. Why you want to put yourself in the mess when you could just walk away, go to China or Russia and go live the rest of your life? Just turn the country over. Simple.
Well, Mark, but I think what say you? Is there this issue? Is there a warning to also African leaders? Because now we've been seeing a lot of our African countries. Some of them, if I'm warning the U.S. citizen to leave their country, to do this, to do that, they jump.
Yes, I'm seeing this thing happening in South Africa, Tanzania, and other African countries. They feel like they get support for Russia and Ukraine, for Russia and China. So they think my brother, you can be getting your last support for Russia, you getting it for China. When America want you, they will get you. You can stop them. You see, we saw what happened. See how the people enter in the airspace of Iran. They even said no, and they did what they wanted to do. They left from there. We saw quite recently what happened in Nigeria. This other man last night, we saw how they grab him. So all that thing that they can be doing is just a bluff, like one Liberian law because it's Lekoto.
Yeah, really got to.
That just bluff they can be doing. In America, all that thing that they can be doing when America know you're doing something that is not good for your country. It destroying your country, the citizen. And when they tell you need to stop this, you will stop. If you say you can't stop because China behind you or Russia behind you, wasting your time, you will feel the consequences. And that's all. So all that.
Mabon, let me ask you one question. I want to ask both of you one question. Mabon, do you know the reason why every time there is a political uprising or political instability in the country, America side with the people rather than the government? Do you guys know why they will always do that?
Well, for me, I think that's the best thing to do because that means the leadership is bad. That's why the people they are complaining. That means the leadership there is not good. They are not in. Maybe the leadership is not in the interest of the people because nobody want to rule a country where the citizens or the people will be against you. Then I mean you are not good or maybe leader. So for me, I think that's the reason why most of the time you will see the U.S. government, because even right now, as what happening even in Iran, this same person got killed, right?
Yeah,
and there was civil
protest still ongoing. Yeah.
Yes, good. The protest. Why would people want to protest? Then the government or the state security will want to kill people. So based on that, the U.S. government said no. This is wrong. Let people protest. Let people have the right. So for me, Mark, it's the best thing to do, or maybe war leader and people that have the power to always make sure that you're on the side of the people who don't have the authority, who don't have the power. That's why the media, or for us, and what we always do here, what people don't understand, they feel that why are we not talking about the president traveling from here to go China to go? No.
Ali, what's the you too? Why you think they always do that?
Yeah, because the problem America is looking at the majority, so there will be no country in the world where you are doing good for your people and they are seeking you in majority, and then for America to say no, we are going to get rid of this leader, or we're going, because if America see the majority of the population in your country, 75 to 80%, they continue being in suffering poverty until they crying of bad leadership, bad governance, and certain crime you are committing in your country against your own people, and then that's the time they will come in and start to warn you. You have to stop what you're doing because they are there for the citizen. You see, they are there to protect lives and property everywhere in the world. That's what makes them to be the greatest country in the world. So they are not going to sit and see any country or any leader to be in your own country and then you might handle your own people. No, you will step in.
I think you guys said it, but I think you left two pieces out, right? The reason being, one of the main reasons when it comes to the U.S. foreign policy, we always tell you, and even your constitution, that's why I say the constitution around the world, more than 95% of the country around the world, the framework of their constitution is after the British government, because America said came out of Great Britain. So that war power is inherent in the people. In a democracy, the people are the one who are the bosses. The elected officials are the servants. So who do you think they're going to side with? Constitutionally, it's the people. The people are the real power. The government or your elected official, they are not the power. You only send them there to represent you. So you have the right to fire them. So the day the people, the vast majority of the people say, we are against a certain president, technically, you are out. And the U.S. will take the citizens side. The U.S. never side with president, always side with the people. Second of all, no matter how powerful you may be as a leader, the U.S. know that the moment you end up losing credibility with the people, you become a weakling. You are not more powerful. No matter your military, you can buy all the jet bomber and everything, all the war tanks. The day the people say, we are tired of you, my brother, you are not stronger than the will of the people, irrespective of how many military hardware you have in your arsenal. So, like I said, 99.9 to 100% of the time, the U.S. will always side with the people because the people are the one that dictate their own future and set the condition as to who will be able to serve them. They are the bosses. Elected officials are the servant. In Liberia, you flip the whole thing upside down. You think you are the slaves, and they are your master. That's the difference. That's why we are where we are today. You don't understand that simple logic. We talk about Sktv every single day, but the moment we come here, no, you attack the panelists more than the people that are supposed to be working for you.
And that's a fact, Monk. That's just it. You nail it. So thanks to all of you, Monk. That's why for some of them we see them sorting, saying or doing all of these things, because we understand that at the end of the day, we will be the one to even talk for them, make sure that we're on their side. The government or the power that be will not be on their side, because for you to allow power to live for you is difficult. But our people, they don't understand these things. They just feel that because the person is in power, so they do not. No, they will do these things just because why? They are enjoying the power, they are enjoying the resources, and they are enjoying the way they are treating you. So now we gotta go. Another thing, but Ali, before we go, then we go to more close. We're going for the day.
It was a nice show. Thanks to all the callers and those people in the comment section for always taking their time, using their data and think other people say by the radio to listen and make their contribution. We appreciate every one of them.
And but Ali, somebody talking about Uganda. That one the country.
Oh yeah, Uganda. I think they are about to go into election too.
Election,
yeah. So terrible. Election.
Yeah,
the
Uganda.
electoral process. It looked like I don't even know.
Let me give you the situation in Uganda. In Uganda, they got a segment of the country that is in favor of Bobby Wine, right? But when you look at the whole electorate of Uganda, because Museveni has been in power for so long, he has consolidated power in the rural part of the country. So when Bobby Wine calls for a rally in the cities, you will see bigger rallies. But when you go to other part of the country, Museveni is still popular because in Uganda, people love how young and brilliant Bobby Wine is, but people believe he's just a celebrity. He does not have a history or a record of leadership. So they'll be like, you know what? Even though this guy might seem younger, we want a change, but we want somebody different. It cannot be this guy to run this country because of his back. He's just a musician. Okay, politics is not about sports and entertainment. We're talking about running a country. And that Uganda, that's a British colony. They are not as dumb as you think they are. Even though some people, young people will say, oh, we're for Bobby Wine, but the difficulty that Bobby Wine is facing is he cannot appeal to more than half of the country. So in that case, the U.S. will keep watching until the numbers can tilt. Because if you want to be president for a country, you cannot only appeal to people in a specific geographical region. You got to appeal to people all over the country. That's what we call a nationwide protest. And now when few people go and someone in Birmingham and say, oh no, we're going to remove the president. No, that's not how it works. And that's the challenge Bobby Wine is faced with until he can prove to us that he has consolidated the support of the vast majority of the country, then maybe the US must step into. That's just how it is.
Yeah, but Mark, but Ali, quickly before you come up, but Mark, how you see the electoral process, the issue of campaign, electoral violence, security, brutality, and so forth? How you see all of these things?
Oh, those one they are common in democracy, Melbourne. Brutality, sometimes government will use force. They are the one in power. But if it's not sufficient to overturn the outcome of an election, they will just say irregularities. Because this thing will happen. People will clash. Like we saw in Labrador, what happened in Lofa County, and those things will happen. But if they are not that sufficient, if it's not on the huge, the magnitude is lesser to change the outcome of the election, then we're just considered to be irregular. You cannot use that as a means to say, oh, somebody rigged an election just because to one polling station they were fighting in Nima County or Zogowi, then we got to go change the whole election over. No, that's not it. It got to be irregularity, like what we saw in Venezuela. 80% of the prison being reporting, then the military went and started seizing ballot boxes because they knew they were beating Maduro 2-1. He was not even in a position to compete. He was beating ballot, but guess what? He used the military, and that's where the problem came from too. That's the difference.
Well, thank you, my brother. We got to go. Brother Ali, what say you?
Maybe you remember when they were beating the candidate in Labrador, where they conjured the king and see the ballot by where they were beating the candidate in Babulu?
Yeah, I think it happened in either two counties. I've seen it because I think that also happened in Maryland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now what happened in Venezuela? I say, oh my man, they beating out. I'm gonna go see all the voting machine.
Wow, that's great. So we gotta go because I think Aliu basic. But thanks to you, my dear brother. More see you on Monday by the grace of God. Let's say thanks.
I'm not sure, but God's willing will be here. We'll try.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, my dear brother. Thanks to our viewers, those of you who always follow us, our listeners. Thanks to everyone. Please let's continue to be peaceful. The best thing is to have a good leader that will be able to take us through, for all of us to to enjoy all of the web we have or all of the resources. Not only for few group of people, for politicians to use these resources and travel back to back for, or maybe to use them for the benefit of their family members, their children, and other grand or maybe their great grandchildren. No. So always talk to them, tell them that yes, these resources they are there for all of us, and not only for you because you have the opportunity. So you want to abuse us? No. So that's why America is saying that we'll not sit back anymore and allow people to do another thing that they want to do against other people. So Africa, I'm saying this to all of us, those of us in Africa, those of you who are sending caveat, sending warning shot to America, you have to desist. Yeah, the only thing I can tell you, you have to desist because we are still in, I don't know what kind of stage we stay in. We stay in the stage of trying to better our lives. You don't even reach to security stage, but you want to start talking security matter. All the matters that are going on right now is security matter. We're still far. We're still far. So there's certain things you don't talk about, don't talk inside, don't even say anything. Just let it pass because you stay far. Okay, and then we go there. You go talk. We are seeing people now start attacking other people. People, in fact, posting helicopter, saying no, not on this house. Do not knock on it. But anyway, good night. That's a social part of entire life because we know when you have wicked leaders, sometimes these things happen. We have people who don't care. All they care about is what they can get, and there are people around them, those wicked advisors who are always advising them wrongly. No, they don't listen to you and myself. They don't take us serious until when things go wrong. That's the time that they realize that what we've been saying or what we're saying here, they are all true. But again, good night. We see all of you people on Monday by the grace of the Almighty God. Let's keep Liberia peaceful. Love Liberia, think Liberia, and build Liberia. Good night.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Qualified people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The project is giving us the end of payment from them. So welcome and live with African.
A lyrical LT.
Master.
Play Paris, who make you ase manjamu. Engi sano mundi, emu aye yo. Engi lofa mui, emu aye yo.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lofa, and Grandbaza.
Ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena dine ya tumale, ena salia ya tumale, ena kwanagli ya tumale, ena kodubwa ya tumale, ena napagiyari na ya tumale, Sktv, ena napagiyari na, tosi wako ma ya tumale, yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Muscle Rider, Lopa, and Grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time, and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monster Rider, San to Bakulu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.